The amount of damage I'm doing
I can't.
feels right. The question is whether I'll survive against Malthael, whom we're gonna have to fight fairly soon. Don't stand there, Cormac. Cormac, what on earth are you doing? He's literally standing in the fire. It's a little bit grindy. I mean, there's a lot of health on these enemies. And that's a mini boss. Hi.
Need more time.
Let me just berserk up.
Like the look of that.
Go nuts. Berserker is great.
I'll be telling stories about that for a while.
Let's give that a 7. Although it wasn't any threat at all, was it? I feel better, I'm not sure if it is better. Let's chain stun this executioner. Oh, he got 1 hit off. He got 2 hits off. And then it dies. Chain stun is great. Let's see, what do we have? Area damage. Yeah, no, don't need anything else. Chain stuns are real. Like, it allows you to deal with much stronger enemies than you would otherwise. Because you completely neutralize them. Alright, so where are we going? Huh, there's all that behind there. I think I'm meant to be going that way, in fact. Because there's like other portals down here, I'm not sure though. Let me go up there. Hi guys. How can I get more attack speed upgrade? I guess I need the items. Or I can use like a... I can't jump across that. I can use one-handed weapons, I guess, for more attack speed, but less damage. The shadow clones also help a lot. You can tell, like, whenever the shadow clones are cooling down, I'm not doing quite as much damage. But once the shadow clones kick in, then I do a lot more damage. 6 out of 10 general combat. I'm still not doing very much. Feels less like a walk in the park, but I'm still not doing very much. Just mostly standing there, frenzying. Oh hey look, it's a thing. Then we activate every single thing and then pound away. And watch its health go down. Run away! Ooh, am I getting stunned? I am getting stunned. Let's try not to stand in fire, let's try not to stand in lightning. Let's try to walk away from the damage. Almost died. Almost died, alright. Still alive. And this is why we don't play a Torment 4. That's why Torment 3 is quite enough for me. This is good. I like this. Ooh, don't stand there. And don't stand there. And don't even stand there.
Not ready yet.
Cormac's down, of course. Of course he's down. There's no way Cormac can survive this sort of shenanigans. Cormac came back. Brave Cormac. That is brave. Yes, I know, I see it. I'm punching it right now. Let me just finish off this guy. And then jump across there. Oh, look. They died. One more. He died. But we're not done. I believe I left the main boss back there.
Sadly, there will always be more evil to fight.
Yeah, there he is.
I expect to die
Let's just finish him off. Let's give that a 10. That's a 10. That was amazing. That was amazing. I'm surprised I did not die. Probably should have died there. I spent a lot of time here, in the middle of everything. Which was, not wise. So you know, like that difficulty level is perfect in my opinion. Where you had to like, if you're just not careful for half a second, you'd be dead. You have to know exactly what you're doing the whole time. Love it. So good! This game's so good! Alright, we're back to these little guys. Don't... oh crap. I just walked right into that one. Pandemonium Fortress level 3. Oh, here we are. See that giant ball down there? Guess what that is? If you're guessing it's a Malthael, you are correct. Shape point reached. Alright, we'll see how well we do in Torment 3.
The Soul Stone is a born sanctuary. The blood of demons will soon be gone from all creation. You will be the last of your kind for a few moments.
Is that right?
Death comes, Nephilim.
We'll see who it comes for, Malthael. Get chopped, Malthael. Ooh, wow, he does a lot of damage. Alright, we need to avoid the various things that he leaves on the ground. I seem to be reaching it quite well. So that little fog thing is terrifying. Let me just go to the other side of him. It also slowly comes towards you, wow. This I can tank. That I can tank. The fog thing I cannot tank. Am I actually... Am I stunning him? Okay, I can't do that. Come on, fog things. I can tank that. I am stunning him. Amazing. Okay, I need to... The fog things are stopping me from hitting him. I can stun him though. I can't quite chain stun him. Alright, Ancients, Core, don't stand in the fog. Oh, this fog. What are you supposed to do with this fog?
I have been hit.
Alright, don't be hit by those. They will hurt you.
There is no other way.
Chop, 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 chop. I can't stun him. I can't chain stun him, it seems like. Why is it... It seems like the stun is not 100% against him. We need to avoid that. It looks like the stun doesn't work on him 100%. Like sometimes you stun him and he doesn't react. Okay, that stunned him. That stunned him. Well, actually no, maybe it is 100%. That stunned him again. Alright, maybe it is good. I can tank this. Continue to punch him. That completely misses us. Alright. And... Ancients. Let's just beat him up. Trap him in a corner and beat him up. Alright, second phase.
The power of death. But that is not the only weapon I possess.
That's the most stupid thing I've ever seen in my entire life. So he just broke the Black Soul Stone and put the Prime Evil into himself. Who does that? Why would anyone think that's a good idea? Can I tank this? I can kind of... Whoa, 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 whoa. I can't tank that. Okay. I should not... I should try to avoid that. Well, I actually did tank it, but I should try to avoid that next time. This I can tank, the fog I cannot tank. Let's just get away from the fog. Alright, let's avoid this. That fog... Alright, I tanked it. Oh, I can't. Okay, I'm standing in the fog. Don't stand in the fog. Well, I guess if I wasn't on Torment 3, this would be over already. Come on, let's continue. There's so much fog on the ground. Can't believe how much fog there is on the ground. He just put Why? No,
I wish I
no,
could do
no,
that.
no. Alright, I'm fine. I'm fine.
I grow weak.
Oh crap. Ah, fog. Okay, good, come to me. Good, come towards me. Oh crap. What? This fog! You can't stand. How are you supposed to fight him without. You can't stand in the. Alright. Surrounded by fog. Okay, let's get away from that. And then avoid that. No, I didn't want to do that. Okay, go. You too, Malthael? Do you also bow to death? Because you're almost dead. Alright, come on, come on. Go ancients, go ancients. That was probably a bad idea. I can't stand there. Let's go, Malthael. Let's go. Get chopped. Get chopped, Malthael. Get chain stunned and chopped. Yes! Let's give that a 10. 10 out of 10. That's a great boss fight. That's so good. This game is so good. Hi Tyrio. Actually, I should probably deal with my gear first, because this is the end of the game. Let me look at this. What is this? Two-handed. It's got a slot on it. It has a slot on it, it's a little bit more damage. Less toughness, less healing, but it's got a slot on it. And if I put a gem on it, it'll be a lot more damage. I think I'll take it. It's slower though. I don't know if I want to take it or not. Let me go back to town.
I need to go back.
And deal with this loot. My damage is 307,000. What do I put this stuff on? 138, that's nothing. Alright. Hadrig. You're gonna learn that. And I don't want... Nope. I don't want any of this other stuff. Salvage all of that. I think I'm going to put an emerald on this, and this becomes a 21% increase in damage, just like that. What's my critical hit chance? 17.5. I lose toughness, but I think that's okay, I'm not sure. Alright, let me do that. It's a lot more damage. And I still keep most of the healing. Just lose a bit of toughness, but I can probably fix that with other equipment. Alright, that's cool. Is anyone else left to talk to? I don't think so.
I've never learned precisely why Rakis chose to found his kingdom.
Alright, that's all stuff we've heard before. Alright, let's go back to Tyrio, because this is the end of the game. That boss fight was really good. It's pretty good. It's just as good as Diablo. Actually, I think it's a little bit better than Diablo. He had a few more tricks than Diablo. Not Belial is still the most cinematic. Alright, hi Tyrio.
Where is the Black Soul Stone?
Malthael destroyed it and used the power within.
Then Malthael's death will have released Diablo. He is free.
Right, and that's the end of the game. And that's the end of the game. I think that ends our playthrough.
Nephilim had done the impossible. By conquering death, she had redeemed the angels and saved all mankind. In that moment, with victory at hand, I saw the Nephilim in a new light. She is a hero who can defeat the champions of heaven and hell, and a barbarian who protects the innocent. But within her beats a mortal heart that will one day be tempted to corruption. On that day, will she have the strength to resist? Or will she be our doom?
Alright, they're telling you they're gonna have another expansion, basically. Or maybe that's Diablo 4. Cool, you have defeated Diablo 3, good job. So, you might think that this is the end of the game. Actually, this is the beginning of the game, because the real game is in adventure mode. What else do I don't have anything else to say. I'm gonna have to crunch the numbers and do some analysis of that, but just preliminarily, I can already tell that Diablo 3, as you play through it, there's constant peaks. So, there's a fairly, typically you would not find more than 10 minutes go past without something awesome happening. So if you look at the numbers, the peaks come fairly constantly. Although having said that, part of it is our doing. Part of it is us choosing the right difficulty to play at. If we don't do that, then it won't peak, because you're just walking through and killing enemies and just being bored. So you the player kind of have to adjust the difficulty to match the gear that you have and the skills that you have. But if you do that, then basically the game just constantly peaks. Like you might have maybe like up to 5-8 minutes with not much happening, and then something cool will happen. So cool stuff always happens. And that's what a good game looks like, That's what a good game looks like. It's just you play it and it's enjoyable and you're having fun. You're having fun every 5 minutes, having fun every 10 minutes, and something awesome happening every 5 minutes. So that's the mark of a good game, and that's what makes Diablo a good game. And I can imagine doing the same thing with a bad game, and you just have hours and hours of nothing happening, and that would suck. So I don't know how. I guess this sort of statistical analysis, or just what I'm going to do is this is a sample of one. It's just one person's experience of the game. And so this sort of stuff, it's only reliable if you get more data, like if you have 100 people playing it, or 1,000 people playing the game, and 1,000 people giving you all these numbers, and then comparing, and just kind of finding the average, or whatever it is that you want to do, and just looking at the experience of more than just one person, then you have some statistically reliable data to judge whether or not people are having fun while playing your game. But, the stats that I have, from me, you can see, and I'm going to tell you that I'm having fun playing this game, and I'm having fun about every 5 minutes, or, around there. There's always something cool happening throughout the entire game. And that makes a good game. That keeps you engaged, you're having a good time, and it's just good. And the only problem, the only problem is that it's up to the player to adjust the difficulty level. And the game doesn't really make that obvious or easy. And the game doesn't really have any mechanism to detect. Like, okay, your gear looks like it's too strong, and we should crank up the difficulty. And the game doesn't know how to adjust the difficulty for you. You have to do it yourself. And maybe that's the only thing that's an issue. But it's the same with many games, to be honest. I mean, I'm not criticizing Diablo 3 in particular for that, because a lot of games have that issue. But just saying, the holy grail for game design would be if the game could figure that out somehow. I don't know how. I don't know how they would do that. But because even the same gear for different people, if somebody is more skilled, if somebody has faster fingers or whatever it is, you know, the same gear might work for one person and might not be enough for another. You know, or might, you know, the gear and the skills that I have, maybe if you give it to someone else who's a better player, maybe they'll think it's too easy. Who knows? So that sort of thing is very difficult to work out. But that's like the holy grail, I guess, of game design. But you know, Diablo 3 is really close. Diablo 3 is really, really, really close to a perfect game, which is great. Yeah, I guess I'll end the recording here. I'm thinking about whether I should do an extra video showing you my. I mean, there's nothing. I'm pretty sure if you look for Diablo videos, you'll see plenty of Demon Hunters around. So Demon Hunter is basically my main, the character that I actually play the most. I don't particularly enjoy the Witch Hunter, I mean the Witch Doctor, and I don't particularly enjoy the Crusader. So I mostly play the Demon Hunter. I don't know if I want to make a video of this. It won't be much. But Adventure Mode, game settings. Adventure Mode is basically where the main game is. So you just basically you keep leveling your paragon, you keep finding better loot, and then you just get more and more powerful. And there's rifts and there's timed challenges to kind of see how good you are compared to other people when you kind of race for a leaderboard to see how quickly you can clear more and more difficult dungeons. And so it just scales up infinitely, right? And then you can just keep grinding infinitely for Paragon. So the game doesn't end when the story ends. You're just gonna keep grinding and keep playing forever. And the experience is still enjoyable because the experience is the same thing. Like you're going around killing monsters. Every now and then you find a mini boss. Every now and then you fight a Rift Guardian, which is like a bigger boss. And so the experience is still the same. It's like you kind of going through dungeons, finding loot, killing monsters, and you still get the you know, every 5 minutes or so you get something exciting happening or something. That still happens. So there's just no story, right? You're just grinding for grinding. Alright, I'll stop rambling here. I think Diablo 3 is really good. I think it's really well designed, but keep in mind that this is a long time after it was first released, and I only played it after they got rid of the auction house. So, you know, I heard that the auction house was pretty bad, but I avoided that. Alright, I'll see you guys in other games that I play. Oh, and watch for the... Actually, maybe I'll put the analysis at the beginning of the set of videos, just to more clearly explain what I'm doing. I'll think about it. I have to do some data analysis and write up a discussion of the data. I'll see you guys.